Okay, YouTube. Another day. This is actually the start of the rally, though. I made it to my Casablanca Resort just fine last night. Got in a little bit later than I wanted to, but still got here. That's all that matters. In fact, I didn't do much of any recording after Bryce Canyon. I just wanted to get here. It's been a long haul, to get here. Yeah, I looked at my bike here. Hold on, let me do the figures here. So I ran my numbers. I've got 2,476 miles to get here, and that gave me 391.8 miles yesterday. But we're going to be getting together, doing our safety meeting and everything, probably in the next hour. I've already had breakfast. I just went over to a local McDonald's. I'm not going to sit here and pay, the extraordinary prices that they want for stuff around the hotel here. So I have no idea where the ride's going. I don't know what's going on. And in fact, that's kind of the way I want it right now, because I've had to plan and organize my whole route and what I want to do and what I want to see. Damn it, it's time for let someone else do it for a while. So yeah, I feel I just want to just follow for a little bit. And I'll be able to do that for the next 3 days. I was a little surprised too. Checkout time is 7 a.m. I gotta be up at 7. I gotta be up by like 5:30 in order to get all my stuff out of here, down to the bike, load it up, and get myself checked out. It's like, holy crap, nothing like giving you a little bit of time. But anyway, that's Monday morning, so I don't have to worry about it for a while. Weather's going to be nice. I think it's going to be in the upper 80s today. Sunny day. I got to remember to take my sunscreen and my sun protectant lip balm. I don't want to get sunburned lips. Let me kind of recap yesterday a little bit. So when I got up, hopefully I'll remember everything. It's been so long. So I started out in Bicknell at the Aquarius Hotel. And that was actually a pretty nice hotel. They had an indoor pool and hot tub, so I could have went down there and used it if I wanted to. Although, being I didn't have a swimsuit, it'd have to be swimsuit optional. I don't think anybody would want to see that. I got going right away in the morning. Went to I think it was the gas station right there in town, and filled up with gas, and headed into the little town of Torrey. Now the reason I went into Torrey for breakfast is because that the restaurant that was normally Bicknell's main restaurant, they were open breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It caught fire just a couple of days before I got there. So they were actually closed, and they were going to be closed until they got it all cleaned up and got themselves ready to go again. So, I mean, they could be open today, as far as I know, but when I was there yesterday, they weren't open. So I went into Torrey, which was just down the street, maybe 10 miles or so. I went into the I want to say it was the Capitol Reef Inn and Restaurant. Had huevos rancheros for breakfast. I've never had that before. It was actually pretty good. I liked it. Kind of weird to eat though, because you got eggs and black bean stuff, onions and peppers and stuff like that all on top. But then you got these hard, crunchy tortilla chips on the bottom, And so I kind of wanted to pick the whole thing up and eat it, but I just took my fork and just kind of broke up the tortilla. But it was pretty good. I enjoyed that. Went into Capitol Reef, and the rock structures were just phenomenally huge. And a lot of the other places I've been to, you can get relatively close. Even in arches, you can walk up to the arches and stuff like that. But when I saw Capitol Dome, I mean, my God, that thing's got to be like 1,000 or more feet high. I mean, it's just huge, and it's right by the road. It's not like you're looking at it from a distance. And in fact, I was trying to get a picture of it, and it was actually kind of difficult to get all of the rock in the picture along with me and the bike. So I was trying to play with different angles and stuff like that, just trying to get it all to fit in. And I think I had to get my picture. They call it portrait style. That's where it's the long ways going up, and then the landscape is going this way. But I had to stand the picture up and basically just peek my head into the frame just a little bit, in order to get the bike and the rock all in one shot. I think total I saw like probably 8 deer yesterday. I think they're mule deer. They're kind of small, a little bulkier looking, little mangier hair, a little bit different than a blacktail or a whitetail. So I saw a bunch of those. I did see some elk. I saw a small little herd of elk, probably about 5 to 7. I just caught them real quick. I was already going by them by the time I realized that they were there. So I didn't slam on my brakes and try to take pictures or anything like that. I just kept going. And actually that was after Bryce Canyon and everything. I just wanted to get here, so I really wasn't paying any attention to them. So I went all the way through Capitol Reef, turned around, came back. Because Capitol Reef is really long. Okay, it spans miles and miles and miles, going north and south ways. And the road that you're on just goes east and west, and it's only like 20 miles or something like that. Not even that. It's probably only like 15 or something just to go across. And then they have a scenic road that kind of goes about another 15 miles down. And I wanted to do that, but by the time I got all the way across and then all the way back to the visitor center, it was already coming up on like noon. So I was like, I don't know if I want to do all that scenic route. Maybe I can save that for another day or something. I saw the major things that I wanted. I saw the Twin Peaks. I saw the Chimney Rock, which is actually before the visitor center as you're coming in from Torrey. The castle, it's right there by the visitor center. Then Capitol Dome. I mean, and then the added stuff of the little schoolhouse and that cabin. Those were just little added extras I didn't even know was there. And then I finished off and started making my way towards Bryce Canyon. And I was still on 24, going into Torrey, and all of a sudden I saw Bryce Canyon Informational Center, and make your next turn. And it was right there on the corner, so I just made my left-hand turn and went in. And I told the lady, I go, I'm just trying to figure out where I'm at and where I'm going. She goes, well, where are you going? I go, well, I wanted to go to Bryce Canyon. Just jump on 12, it'll take you right there. And I'm so glad that she did that, because the way the GPS wanted me to go was a completely different route, and I'm sure it would have been fine, but 12 goes through the Grand Staircase Escalata Park. Escalante. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the Grand Staircase Escalante National Park. Oh my God. It was so beautiful. It took me extra time, don't get me wrong. It took me probably an extra 20 minutes just in drive time, and I'm not talking the stops for me to get off and take pictures and stuff like that. Oh, it was just amazing. Oh, yeah. So anyway, I get through. At first, I started off in the Dixie National Forest, and that goes over Boulder Mountain. And there's some good views of the staircase and sceneries from the mountain. And I went down into the little town of Boulder. No, not Boulder, Colorado. Okay, this is a little town of Boulder, Utah. And I stopped in and I had a nice little lunch at a Burr Trail Trading Post and Restaurant. Had a nice little meal there, and jumped back on the bike and headed towards Bryce Canyon. And I was actually surprised. I made it all that morning, all the way to Bryce Canyon on one tank of gas. I was actually kind of impressed with that. But once you leave Boulder, you go back into the Dixie Forest, but eventually you'll end up in the Grand Staircase National Park. So, and then the scenery, it's not so many trees because you're not in the forest anymore, and just the layers of the ground, everything you can see. It's just, the colors are just amazing. And those are just going to be thoughts in my head for the rest of my life. Those beautiful, beautiful colors and the textures of the rock and the layering. It's hard to put in words. I mean, you have to go there and see it. You really do. You have to make Highway 12 in Utah a priority, because it's just beautiful. There was even times where I was driving along, and the top of the road was basically on the top of I don't know, just a cliff or something. But it was straight down on one side, straight down on the other, no railing. If my kids were with me, they would have been hooting and hollering and screaming and panicking, because, I mean, there were some tight corners and curves and stuff like that. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. We got into to Bryce Canyon, stopped and got gas, and went to the visitor center and got my stamp. And I didn't know. I was looking at a map, and it was talking about trails and canyons and stuff like that, but it really wasn't saying what was available for taking pictures and just along the roadside. So it's like I just gotta drive it and see what happens. And when you're driving, you're not seeing a whole lot. It's just trees everywhere, and all of a sudden there's a little parking area on the side of the road. And you go there, you pull over, and that's when you can look at all the spires and stuff that are right around that area. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, we had basically, there was probably maybe 10 pullover spots from the visitors center all the way up to the Rainbow Point, which is at the very top. And I didn't stop at every one of them because I needed to, make sure I kept moving in order to get here at a decent time. So yeah, it was interesting. And I was actually afraid that Bryce Canyon was going to be kind of a letdown after going through the staircase and all this other stuff. And, you know, it really wasn't all that bad. I rather enjoyed it. Turned around and left Bryce Canyon and made my way here. And that's actually when I saw the elk and a couple more deer. Who was actually on my way here after Bryce Canyon. Well, I suppose that's probably enough about the. Oh, and then I got here. I got here at the Casablanca, and I'm sitting there. I have no idea where we're supposed to meet. I don't know, you know, if there's a registration area I need to go to or anything like that. Because usually, with the East Coast, it's so big, we want to make sure everybody's in there. So you have a registration. You get, you know, this and you get that, and you know, there's a welcome packet. You can get your T-shirts and patches and all this stuff. And I didn't know if there was anything like that here. You know, nobody had been saying anything. I hadn't heard anything. So I get in my room and I come up and I get myself situated here. And it's like, well, you know, it's still kind of early. I'm gonna just go down in the casino and walk around and see what they got. And I'm not a gambling man, but you know, I'll look. So I get down to the main floor and I turn around and lo and behold, there's a couple of VRA members and I get in the elevator with them and they tell me all that's going on. So we're supposed to be meeting at 9:30. It just turned 9 o'clock now. So yeah, but like I said, I have no idea what's going to happen today. I don't know where we're going, and right now I don't care. I just want to kind of mindlessly follow everybody else. So that's where I'm at right now. That's what I'm doing. Well, now I feel like a complete, total, other jackass. I was told to be, you know, out here at 9:30 for the safety talk and stuff like that. And I was looking at the clock on my computer that I brought with. Well, my computer is still set for the time at home. I still got 2 more hours before I need to be out here and ready to go. So I'm going to go back inside and I don't know, do something. So it's the morning of the first ride, and we're getting ourselves ready. As you can see, we got a good amount of bikes here. We got a few way over here. A lot of people came in a little bit late last night, so we're doing some registration and stuff now. We'll do more stuff later after the ride. But we're getting ourselves ready to go. Okay, we're back from our first ride. Pretty short ride. It's only like maybe 112, 120 miles, something like that. Which is actually kind of good because now I've got, almost half a day now to get some stuff done. I got all my dirty laundry right here. So I need to take that to a laundromat and get them washed. Just trying to decide, do I want to put them in the trunk bag, carry that all the way down, or just carry this bag down and divide everything up into my saddlebags. I think I'd rather do that way. And I'm that close to buying some swimsuit or trunks or shorts or something, just to be a little bit cooler. All I brought are pants. I figured we'd be riding a little bit more than a couple hours at a time. They do have a big ride. I think tomorrow they got a big ride going up to Bryce Canyon. I've already been there, but it's going to be like a 6-hour ride, 6.5-hour ride, and that's just drive time. I'm not doing that. I'm going to do the Mount Zion ride tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully we'll stop at the visitor center. I don't know what their plan is on what they're going to do, where they're going to stop, gas, all that stuff. But even the Mount Zion ride, I should be able to do it on 1 tank of gas. Hopefully. So yeah, I mean, it's been great. I've met a few new people. I met Dave and Rod and John and some others I just can't think of their names right now. Peter is here. I met him way back in my first rally back in Michigan. He's actually a member in San Diego, I think. And he looked at me and he's like, "Oh, Mark!" So it was nice to see Peter again. So yeah, I've met a few people. There's actually a couple here. He goes by the name of Hornet, and he's actually from Wausau. So I told him where I was from. He goes, "Oh yeah, I've been around that area." But anyway, I need to get going. I want to get this laundry done. I know it's going to take at least a couple hours, so I want to get going. Alright, I finally got back from doing my laundry, so now at least I got clean clothes for the next week. On my way back in through the casino, they had our little reception area setup thing, and you can register in and everything like that. But I got my little goodie bag, let me show you what they put in it. Alright, first is our agenda, and it's got maps in here and all this other stuff. It's also got a page. Of course, it won't open for me because my fingers are being stupid. Got this little informational page, so you can put your name, your insurance carriers, both medical and vehicle, contact information, and then if you want, they also gave us this little clear lanyard to put that information in, so in case something happens, they will have that information and you'll have it on you. Next thing, a Riders of Kawasaki or Rock. What this is, it's a open sleeve. So see, there's my hand. And what you do, this is kind of like a scarf. So you just put it over your head, and it'll keep your neck reasonably warm. It's not really super heavy. It's kind of sheer in a way, but once it gets all bundled up around your neck, I'm sure it gets pretty warm. Got a Rider of Kawasaki ball cap, camo. Pretty nice. I don't really wear hats too much anymore, but it's still nice. Then we got all this stuff from Law Tigers. They're a kind of a motorcycle lawyer program. So we got a bumper sticker, a helmet sticker, little notepad with a pen, This is actually kind of interesting. You keep your vehicle documents in here, so your registration goes in there, and then they have this. It looks like it's a just a washcloth to clean off your visor or something like that. So that's kind of cool. I got my Vulcan Riders Gods of Fire Rally 2018. Just a little rubberized bracelet. And then here's the t-shirt I ordered. Little logo on the front. Let me show you the back. And there's the back. Nice logo. Vegas Vulcan Riders God of Thunder 2018 VRA National Rally West. And of course they got a nice little red Vaquero there, and it looks like they got a this is the emblem for the Vegas Vulcan Riders, and it looks like they put it on the saddlebag as well. That's all the stuff that came in our little welcome goodie bag. They also give you a couple of tickets, and we're going to have raffle drawings. And they've got, I gotta sit down for a little bit. They have, I think, 9 different piles of items. Now what you do is you purchase the raffle tickets and then put them in little jugs for those, you know, when they're numbered. They're numbered 1 through 9. And so let's say I wanted to buy $20 worth, which is 20 tickets. I can divide those up any way I want between the 9 containers. Now everything's not put all together. You know, they have a thing of wash and detail items. They got a bottle of whiskey. I mean, just a bunch of stuff. I can't even think of it. I think they had a wine holder down there. Jewelry. Just, like I said, just a bunch of stuff. And now what you do is you'll divide those tickets that you buy. You can divide them up any way you want. So say I bought $20 worth, I can split them up and put 5 in this jug, you know, 7 in this one, you know, and just like that. If I wanted to, I could put all 20 in one jug if I wanted. Now, like I said, they've got 9 different piles there, so you're not going in for just one item that you see in that pile that you're hoping to win. You're in the bucket for whatever is in that pile. So let's say trying to think of what they had down there. I'm so hot. It's getting hard for me to think, just because I went and did the laundry and stuff. God, it took forever in that laundromat. It took me an hour and a half to do laundry. They had jewelry. They had that bottle of whiskey. They had the wine holder. They had a rain suit, and you know, just a few other things. Now all that could be all on one bucket, but when they do the drawing, they're only drawing for one of those items at a time. So say I wanted to draw in for the whiskey bottle. Well, my name might get pulled out during the jewelry. You know, so I win the jewelry. I don't win the whiskey. So that's an interesting way to do it. You know, you don't have people putting in all for one thing, and it also makes it more manageable because you're not having, you know, 50 little buckets all over the place for people to drop tickets in just to win that one item. So I might go down there and I might put a couple of dollars in. But yeah, I don't even really know what else to do. I've only been like through the part of the casino area, out the front door and out a side door. That's all I really know about this this casino and resort. I've never been down to the pool. I've never been to the backside of the casino floor. I think there's supposed to be a buffet and restaurant back there, but again, I've never been back there. I go past a coffee shop and a souvenir shop. That's basically all I've seen so far in the hotel. So I think I'm going upstairs and I'm going to check it out for a little while. I'll probably do most of my recording on my phone. I don't want to carry this big camera around all the time. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Let's go downstairs and have some fun. Oh my God, what a day. So many people, I'm trying to remember so many names and it's just failing me, it really is. Especially when you meet like, 5 guys that are Dave and 2 or 3 that are John and it's... I'm having fun, don't get me wrong, I'm having a lot of fun. These people, they really get wild, they really do. But we just had a little pool party down there, and now we're actually going to go out for dinner. It's coming up on about 10 minutes to 7, and I think we're going to be at the VJ Barbecues at 7:30. So I'm going to have some barbecue. I'm tired already. All right, time to keep moving. I'm beat. Just got back from dinner, had a big meal. With everything else that we did today, all the riding and just the camaraderie and laughter and everything. It was, I'm just tired. Plus I also woke up at 5:30 in the morning, so yeah. It's only like 9 o'clock too. So I might just sit here, watch a little TV, relax, and eventually just pass out. They've been drinking since probably about like 5 or 6 o'clock. And don't get me wrong, they're not drinking a lot, but I mean, some of them you can tell they're a little lit up, And I'm just not that way. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll enjoy an adult beverage every once in a while, but yeah, I don't know. I just never got into that kind of lifestyle. I mean, I'm not saying it's their lifestyle. I mean, this is just them cutting loose a little bit. But I just don't really see myself ever doing that. I mean, I've gotten drunk, don't get me wrong, but it's such a rare occasion that I do. Not to mention when we went to go eat, I was on the bike, so I had to drive, and I'm not going to drink and drive. I've never done that. Well, not in any recent time frame, maybe in the past, maybe 20 years. I've gotten drunk and have actually driven home, and I remember one time I was actually so drunk that it actually scared me to drive home. So I kind of vowed I'd never do it again. So now, 20 years later, I have never done it again. And I have to say, I went to a place called VJ's Barbecue, and I had their spare ribs, but they were just oven roasted spare ribs. If you're gonna serve barbecue, you can't just serve barbecue sauce on it and call it barbecue. Barbecue is it implies a smoking technique, and this place just didn't. I didn't taste any smoke whatsoever. If they smoked it, I couldn't tell. And it wasn't bad, but it just wasn't up to what my standards are as far as what I would term to be barbecue. I ate it. It was good. Would I go back and order it again? Probably not. I'd seen a couple other people, they ordered nice big steaks and stuff like that. I might get that instead next time. John from the Phoenix group, he ordered a jambalaya, and he said it was really good. So maybe if I ever go there again, I'll order jambalaya. All right, well, you're probably sick of watching me talk and listening to me while I'm like half naked here on the bed, but I had to take my shirt off. I was just so warm. And even with the sun down, it's still quite warm. Right now I think it's comfortably warm. I could be outside and I could be doing things that's not too strenuous of an activity, and then be comfortable. But yeah, I'm gonna go to bed, watch some TV, pass out. So I'll see you in the morning. Bye.